Hi, kids. Um, I've actually tried to do this like 3 times now, but I couldn't stop laughing, so this should be good. I don't usually do this kind of thing, but I've been watching these accent tag videos on the interwebs, and I'm thinking I might do one because it's 1:22 in the morning and I should get up in 6.5 hours, but I'm gonna do this instead. I'm Canadian, so I have a Canadian accent. Maybe. I will say that there are several Canadian accents, and I do not have the one that most people think is a Canadian accent. I will probably make notes about it as I read stupid words. That's my cat. Her name is Viola. She's named after a character from the Twelfth Night, but I decided that rather than being pronounced Viola, as it's surely supposed to be pronounced, I will pronounce it Viola because I am a special person. Anyway, first word on this list of magic for phrases and words that people pronounce differently across the world, supposedly, is aunt. A-U-N-T. You see that U in there? That makes the aw sound. A-U makes an aw sound. All the rest of you fools are stupid. The next word is roof as opposed to rough. I've heard some people say rough, and I think they're silly. The next word is route as opposed to route. I might say route if I were talking about... I don't know. No, I wouldn't say route. Route. Wash is the next word. Wash as in wash your car. I don't know why I gave you an as in example, because I cannot think of a way that you would confuse that word with something else. Some people, like old people, say wash. I don't know where they're from or what kind of acid they take, but wash, there's no R in it. And I wouldn't pronounce it that way if there was an R in it. I might pronounce it warsh. Anyway, the next word is oil. I cannot think of a way that someone might pronounce that differently than oil. So oil, like olive oil and Popeye. Next word is theater with an ER for some reason, because an American person wrote this list. Theater is spelled with an RE. The next word is iron, like iron supplements. Oh yeah, get at that. Get it. Get it. Yeah. Iron, not iron or iron. Next word is... Oh, you're going crazy. Next word is salmon, like salmon swimming upstream, or smoked salmon, and not salmon, or like Salman Rushdie, the exiled author. Or is that Solomon? Pretty sure it's Solomon. I'd look it up right now, but it would waste your time. The next word is caramel, not caramel. You see that A there? That's a syllable. I don't understand. Next word is fire. Fire. And water. How would I normally say that? Water. Yeah, water. You're like, what are you doing today? Sure. I would not say sure unless I was being poetic. Next word is data, I suppose. I would sometimes say data because I grew up watching Star Trek The Next Generation because I'm an old person, and there's a character named Data on that show, and He was pretty awesome. So I mentally distinguish between Data, the character, and Data, the thing that I enter all day at my stupid job. The next word is ruin, as opposed ruin as opposed to ruin, or some other word, ruin. I've heard some people, not anywhere near here, but you know, people pronounce things differently in other places. The next word is crayon. There were some kids in my school as I was growing up who pronounced it crown. Actually, there was one kid, and I thought he was a loser because he said crown. So, I'm gonna get out my pencil crowns. Really? I'm going to use my crayons. Next word is New Orleans or New Orleans. Next word is pecan, not pecan. It's probably pecan, but I will say pecan because that will be my one thing that distinguishes me. Next word is both. Like the both of us. The next word is again. I would not say again. Probably. That's the next word. Probably. Occasionally I will say probably, but only when I'm being weird. Next phrase is spitting image. I don't know why that's there. Isn't there a band called Spitting Image? I'd look it up, but I'd waste your time some more. Next word is Alabama. Not Alabama. Alabama. Next word is lawyer. 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 The next word is coupon. Not coupon. Not cowpawn. Coupon. And then mayonnaise. Not, well, I say not. I'm not saying you're wrong when I say not mayonnaise. I mean, I don't say mayonnaise. I say mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. That sounds gross. Next word is syrup, not syrup. The next word is pajamas. Caught is the next word. Caught. Like I caught a fish. Not I slept on a cot, but I pronounce them basically the same way, so who gives a shit? Naturally. 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 Aluminum. They've actually written it here as aluminium. I feel certain that in my life I have seen it written without that second I in there, which makes it much easier to just get away with saying aluminum because there's nothing there to make you say aluminium. Aluminium. Next word is envelope. If I was saying that something was wrapping around something else, I might say it envelops it. But typically, if I'm putting a letter into something, that's an envelope. I'm playing both sides here. The next word, which I added myself because I've experienced it in my... I should add some more to that, in fact. But this word, which I have experienced in my communications with dirty Americans, is bean. Like B-E-E-N. Like, have you been to the store? Most of them will pronounce that bin, like, I done been there yesterday. No! Have you been to the store? Yes, I have. I've been to the store. If I'm being lazy, I mean, not that I ever think about what I say. always think about what I say. That's why it takes so long for me to say things. I might say been, but typically I'm saying been because it's so much easier to just, it's like a fist in your face. You're like, yeah, been there. Fist. The next word, which I'm surprised it wasn't on the list, is about. There are people here in Canada, in this very city, which is quite multicultural and quite, well, I don't know. Who gives a shit? There are people from the town I grew up in, pretty much everyone there actually, pronounce about as a boat. Not a boot, a boat. I don't know. They're all like, I can't even do the accent, that it's too subtly weird. I can't do like a Canadian accent, which I believe is more like a backwoods hillbilly loser accent. So those people who say a boat, I want to punch in the balls generally, just because they're uneducated, dirty people. So I'm an elitist, by the way. A horrible, horrible elitist. I'm so much better than everyone else. Anyway, the next word. Oh, so also, no, never mind. I won't expound. The next word is house. I say house. Some people say house or house. I don't know. I say house. Next word, I say couch, not coach. Couch. Are you even hearing the subtle? I'm talking to you like you're here. Answer me. Speak out loud. I'll give you a second. I didn't ask you the question. Do you notice a difference between the words couch and couch? There's a difference. It's subtle. There's a subtle difference. My father, being from Nova Scotia, which is a place where people eat fish and catch fish and listen to hidey-didey fiddle music, they say the word tour, T-O-U-R, as tour. I've been on many tours in Nova Scotia as I visited my family and went to museums and, I don't know, fish catching places. That's the last thing I put on my list, but I'm going to add one more, which is sorry. The word sorry, S-O-R-R-Y, or tomorrow. People in the United States often say tomorrow or sorry, not sorry, or tomorrow. It's spelled with an O, not an A. Tomorrow. Sorry. Sorrow. My great sorrow at your oh my God! My life is over! Mispronunciation. One of my favorite words is misappropriation, because people often misappropriate it. Or, not misappropriate. Malapropism. That's another good one. I'm pretty sure that I just did a malapropism talking about misappropriation. Anyway, the questions. This has gone on for far too long. The questions are, what is it called when you throw toilet paper on a house? That's TPing. That's T for toilet, P for paper. You throw the toilet paper on a house. I've never done it because I'm a good kid and not an idiot, like the kind of person who might say a boat. What is the bug that when you touch it, it curls into a ball? I don't think we even have those, so I don't know. I mean, when I touch, not that I ever really want to touch a millipede or a centipede, they tend to, well, maybe that's why. Some people have ridiculous names for millipedes and centipedes. Here, we use the metric system, and because they have thousands of feet or hundreds of feet, we call them millipedes and centipedes. Good lord. They don't really curl up into a ball, they curl up into a coil. Some chick who did a Canadian accent tag thought it was a snail. A, snails are not bugs, they are gastropods. And B, it does not curl into a ball, it has a shape. So angry. Anyway, a bubbly carbonated drink is a pop, not a soda. I mean, it is a soda. It is carbonated. Club soda is a beverage that I drink regularly. That is basically just carbonated water. But pop, like a Coke, or a Pepsi, or a ginger ale, or a root beer, those are all pop. Delicious pop. What do I call gym shoes? Running shoes, I suppose. Those things are technically running shoes, but I would actually call them sneakers. I don't know why. I think my mom used to call them sneakers. I don't know. Nobody else really calls them sneakers. They're not very good for sneaking. They squeak all the flippin' time. I hate them. But they are running shoes, I suppose. I have a specific, like a tennis shoe. Like other people call gym shoes tennis shoes, but for me, a tennis shoe is specifically a skateboarding shoe, like the kind, like a, what do they call a Converse sneaker? I would call that. I just use sneaker. A Converse shoe is a tennis shoe to me. You don't even wear Converse while you're playing tennis. So I don't know. Shoes specifically made for tennis, those are tennis shoes. These shoes specifically made. How does my thumb work? There we go. Specifically made for running are running shoes. And occasionally I sneak in them, and that is when they are sneakers. What do I say when I'm addressing a group of people? Generally, I try to avoid being in groups of people or addressing anybody, really. I don't even say people's names when I'm in their presence because I feel like if I'm talking to them, they should know that I'm talking to them. So if I'm talking to you and I never say your name, it's because you are stupid if you don't know your own flippin' name. I don't need to address you. You're right there. So if you're a group of people, if you are one person who is a group of people, and I fail to address you, it is because I am already addressing you as I'm speaking to you. But I suppose what I would call a bunch of people is, hey guys. No, I wouldn't say that. No. I would not speak to people. I would just appear next to them and then say something as if I had been there the whole time. It usually works out. Oh, hey kids. I say hey kids to people because I patronize them. What do I call the kind of... It's a daddy long legs. I'm not even going to read the question because it's too circuitous. Circumlocucious. Locuitous. That's a good word. Locucious or locuitous. What do I call my grandparents? My grandmother on my father's side is called my nanny, I suppose. I try not to call her that because it makes me feel weird. I'm kind of embarrassed by it now. But they're grandma and grandpa on the other side, and granddad was on the side that was not the grandma and grandpa side that nanny was also on. I try not to call them anything. As I said, I try not to call people things. in general. Other than kids and people and dude. I say dude a lot. Occasionally I will say brodette or dudette. Broseph, that's also good. I'm getting off track. What do I call? That's a shopping cart, or just a cart. That's a cart. Like a thing that I put. I don't even use them. I use a basket because carts are too big and I don't drive and I have to carry all my shit around in bags. Green bags. They're not green the color green. They're green like environmental green, and they're reusable. And but I get so many plastic bags at the other place because I need to collect my cat shit and throw it in the garbage. That was weird. That's a rainbow. That's what I call it when the rain and the sun are shining at once. The rain and sun are shining. The rain shines. When the sun shines through the rain, that's a rainbow. Like a bow. Like an arch. I've seen a double rainbow before. And the thing I changed the channel with is a remote, I suppose. In my family, we used to call it a zapper because it had infrared. And my dad used to annoy the hell out of my mother by using the infrared, bouncing the signal off of her glasses and changing the channel. She really hated that. She also hated the fact that he kept changing the channel because he was a notorious channel surfer. Anyway, that's that. As you might have noticed when I talk, I don't necessarily, besides my monotonous normal voice, when I get excited I tend to speak in all kinds of accents that are not the accent that I typically speak with. So, anyway, I'm Canadian and this has been the longest accent tag ever.